Thank you for joining me on this question. We're going to be looking at probability using Venn diagrams and working out all these intersections and unions and complements. So let's have a look at a few of the questions. When they have this symbol here or here, or things like with a line above it. All right, when we see this symbol, this is an intersection symbol. And this means in English, this is the word and. Now, and means both. It has to be in both. Can't be just in one, it has to be in both. It has to be true for both, all right? So I'll just put here, it has to be true. Has to be true for both. Now the symbol, the U, is actually a U, and that's the union set. And the word for in union is the word or, and that's the logic word or. And when something is an or, logic or, it has to be true for either. It doesn't have to be both, it's just either. It could be both, or it could be just one or the other, but it's either. As long as it's true in one of them, then it's okay. Now when you see this line on top, this is like the complement set. And the complement set, I don't even know if I've spelled it right. The complement set is like everything else. It means not C. So it's like not C, but everything that isn't C. So it's everything else but C, so it's not C. And if it's just, if there is just C, then this one is simply, yes, it's only C. It is C, okay? It is in set C. Now, I like using a shading method. So I'll just go through the process of the shading method. The shading method is where you shade the sets. So if they have like an A set and a B set and a C set, and then they choose one of those symbols, this one is an intersection, then, or they could have a U. So a shading is where you, I'll use different color shades. So we say we shade A one way, we shade B, and you could use a different color, or if you use the same color, you shade B a different way. And what this says is when it's both, this means the overlapping part, just the part which overlaps. So this is, when it's true for both, it has to be in the overlapping section, not just where the two shades overlap. So the two shades, if you were to shade here, this is the overlapping part here. That's the overlapping part where values in both. Now let me just go through and give you an idea here. I'll just draw a universal set. I'll draw a circle to represent set A. I'll draw a circle to represent set B. And if I shade A one direction and then shade B a different direction, you can see where they overlap, and they overlap in here, in the middle, where the two sets overlap. And that is actually, that whatever is in there belongs to this set here, and that is the intersection section. So let's have a look at the question above, and we have a question like this in part C. So part C, I'm going to take that, call that set C. That's set C. And call this set D. And if they said the numbers, let's put the numbers in here. We have a 1 in that section. We have a 9 in the middle section. We have a 3 in that section. And we have a 6 out here. Altogether, if you add that, that means the total is 19. So we've got 19 altogether. And if they want what's the probability of being C intersect D, and this is part C intersect D. Where did I see that? It's part C. Part C up above. And we've shaded C one direction, right? We've shaded C this direction. We shade D the other direction. See, say D the other direction. Now, which part is in the overlapping part? And you can see that the number 9 is in the overlapping, and there are 19 altogether. So the answer for probability is 9 out of 19. Okay, so let's do my shading section for a union where we shade set A in one direction. We shade our set B in a different direction. And this time, if it's a union, this means wherever you've shaded, because it's OR, it's wherever you've shaded. So anywhere that's shaded is good. Wherever you've shaded, so any number that's in any shade, it could be single, it could be in the overlapping part. Let's just put that, if I say there's the overlapping part, that's good. There's shade there, and there's shade here, even though it's just one direction, is fine. So let's do a question above which has an intersection. A union, sorry. That's G. So let's just look at G. Okay, I'm just going to clear this out so I can put my answer for part G. Part G is, what's the probability of C union D? Now, wherever we've shaded, so we look at the 1 is in the shade, the 9 is in the shade, and the 3 is in the shade. We've already shaded C, the black. We shaded D, the blue. And the 6 doesn't belong in any shade, but the 1 is shaded, the 9 is shaded, the 3 is shaded. So what we do is we go the 1, the 9, and the 3. That makes 13 out of 19. So the answer is 13 out of 19. And look, that'll do for now. I'll do the knots and the complements in another one. But I hope that this introduction to my shading method helps you. So whenever you've got an intersect, which means and, you have to choose just the overlapping part of the shade. And whenever you have a U or an OR, you have to choose the part where it is wherever you've shaded, and that's the whole section. I hope this has helped. Until next time, stay happy.